Welcome into Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. I'm Joey Wright, joined by Adam and Colton, as usual. We are excited to be here. Hopefully, everybody had a really great Thanksgiving. I'll go to you first, Colton. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, man. Thursday was good, and then
Okay.
Friday was maybe the worst sports day I've had in a very long time, and it canceled out all the good of Thanksgiving. So let's call it a net neutral.
We'll just put like a wash of a weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Thanksgiving was great. Loved seeing the family, and then the
Okay.
Eagles and my Sun Devils brought me back to earth pretty
Okay.
quickly. So
Adam, other than me not wearing a Florida State shirt, which I promised I was going to do on the show, and yet I'm wearing a Gator shirt, I was not able to locate one. Other than you being completely mad and upset with me this morning, how are you doing?
I guess I'm doing good. We got hit with a lot of snow in the Midwest, so I got my workout in for today. Was shoveling a lot of snow, but otherwise we're good. We're going to get to these start sit questions and win some fantasy football games.
I love it. I love it. Real quick, let's get into the injuries. Moving over the slide to that real quick. Okay, so out today, we know for sure. Alvin Kamara. Is this kind of the end of the road for this season, at least for Alvin Kamara? Adam?
I think it's going to be tough because we're at week 13 now. This is usually about a 3-week injury. So for fantasy football purposes, it's probably going to be pretty tight. I don't think the Saints have put him on IR. So, I mean, obviously there's a window for him to return back sooner than 4 weeks. But we're running it close on that timeline.
Okay, Colton, what's your confidence level with Devin Neal today if you need to start him in a spot start? Oh, Colton's gone. Sorry, Colton's back. What's your confidence level, Adam, with Colton? With Colton, because
got to be 0 right now.
Colton, my confidence level with Colton is always high. With Devin Neal, I would say I'm pretty excited to start him. I mean, in terms of waiver wire, it's hard to find some guys this part of the season that are actually usable. I think Devin Neal is certainly somebody that you could plug and play into that flex spot and feel pretty confident about. Sifting through some of the questions, my guess is that we're going to have a lot of Devin Neal questions this morning. I mean, it'd be interesting to kind of find the threshold for how comfortable we are with him among the running back position. I'm just kind of sifting through our rankings. Like, some of these guys have already played. We got him at RB 26, kind of behind Woody Marks, Tyrone Tracy. Like, I could be talked into Devin Neal maybe over those guys, especially with the matchup at Miami this week. So I think he's certainly, well within that flex play.
Yeah, I've got him at 26, right around where you said Zonovan Knight, Woody Marks. He's in a nice Zonovan Knight, Woody Marks sandwich, right in between him. He's the meat in that sandwich at 26. Also out today, Drake London. He was out last week. I know fantasy managers are missing Drake London. Adam, any idea we could expect him back?
Yeah, I'm missing Drake London. Yeah, so I mean, it's a PCL sprain. And I hate to, compare injuries one for one. There's a lot of people out there talking about how this is the Brock Bowers, Ricky Pearsall injury that caused him obviously to miss the majority of the season. Ricky Pearsall definitely. Can't always make a one-for-one comparison. Again, the Falcons, have not put Drake London on IR. For minor PCL sprains with a brace, I think you could see a player come back in 2 weeks. So I think week 14 is an option depending on how limited he is or how involved he is in practices this week.
All right. And Trey Benson, we thought he was going to be coming off the IR to come back into our lineups this week. Looks like we're going to have to wait maybe one more week. Colton, how do you feel about Bam Knight today? Or would you rather play Michael Carter?
Yeah, I think I'd rather play neither at this point. I think with your matchup with Tampa Bay, Joey, and you're aware of this, right? Tampa Bay's run defense has been pretty solid over the last couple of weeks and generally throughout the season, right? This is a pretty good run stopping defense. And in this Cardinals offense with Jacoby Brissett over the last, what's it been, 5-6 weeks now, it's pass first, it's pass heavy. And maybe that's strictly out of personnel. And now they're getting Marvin Harrison Jr. back. So I think Bam Knight is a touchdown dependent type of play here. If he's not going to get into the end zone, you might be pretty disappointed. And it might end up being one of those, hair pulling sort of hot hand approaches, right? Where, maybe you're you go the wrong direction and then you're upset. So that's kind of how I feel about those guys.
All right. JJ McCarthy is in the concussion protocol. We're sure about that, Minnesota? But yeah, he's in the concussion protocol. Seems kind of convenient. And Amarian Hampton, we thought he was going to be back this week. Adam, tell us he's coming back next week, right? Like for sure.
I think he's coming back next week.
All right.
Nothing's for sure, but for you, I'll say for sure. Just for
Thank you. So that I start my lineups and he doesn't start next week and then I lose the matchups. Got it. Thanks, Adam.
Only if you're playing me. Only if you're playing me.
There you go. Kamani Vidal for me is a good start. He is a RB2. Yeah. I have him as a RB24. So he is technically an RB2 for me this week. I like that matchup for him versus Vegas. And I could even move him higher, to be honest. All right. Expected to play today. Well, Tampa Bay fans, myself included, get excited. Bucky's back. But Adam, he looks like he might be on a snap count, they're saying. Is that true?
Yeah, I always get worried with extended absences. I think if you've been waiting this long for Bucky Irving, you got to plug him back in. There's potential that he could just, look a lot better than some of these other guys. I know Sean Tucker's showing some flashes, but this is Bucky Irving's backfield. He's missing an extended period of time. I like to think that would mean he's 100% healthy as he was dealing with a pair of injuries. So if you got Bucky, we're playing Bucky.
I have absolutely no data on what I'm about to say. It's just like a feeling thing because we know I love feelings. But no, with Todd Bowles as the head coach, it seems like he likes running the decoy week where your first week back, you're going to get some work, but you're not going to get all the work you normally get. It seems like Bowles likes to ramp people up. At least he's done it with the wide receivers. You got to start Bucky Irving today, but, temper expectations. Look at the floor, not the ceiling. Baker Mayfield, that crazy, crazy man is going to play today. So Jeff Bell and he's not on the show today. Colton's going to be with us the whole hour. Get excited, folks. We were talking about a rushing prop for Baker Mayfield, and it's like 8.5 over under. And it's like, okay, yeah, he's not going to run with that shoulder. But then it's like, yeah, but it's Baker Mayfield, so he might just be crazy and do it anyways. So I'm not sure what I feel about that prop, to be honest. Darren Waller's back today. Colton, any excited for Darren Waller? Any excitement?
Yeah, man. I think even before the injury, the role that he was playing in this offense was obviously very fantasy relevant. It's one of those situations where you kind of have to see like, okay, how does he slot in? How does this offense integrate him back into the mix, right? You don't want to think, oh, wheels up for Darren Waller, right? This is an extended absence for a guy, who came out of retirement to come back to Miami. So I might be a little more cautious, but I don't think there's any reason to be overly nervous about Darren Waller. I think he's in an offense that really wants to highlight that skill set. So he could be fun to watch today and then maybe for the remainder of the season based on what we saw before the injury.
Adam, you were about to say something. I accidentally cut you off. What's up?
No. I was just looking through some of our notes here.
Okay, cool. Chigo Conquo is going to start. It's all right. I thought I cut you off, so it's all good. Chigo Conquo is going to start today. Expect him to be in there, and might be the top pass catcher there for the Titans. If you need an option there, Chris Olave expected to play today versus the Dolphins. Marvin Harrison Jr. is back today. Bam Knight's questionable, but expected to start. And Jackson Dart cleared the concussion protocol. Expected to start on Monday night. Adam, I want to ask you real quick with Jackson Dart. That's a Monday night start. So where is the line for you? Like is it too risky to start Dart, or is like he's for sure going to play against the Patriots?
It's hard to say with what we've seen from that lingering concussion with CJ Stroud. I do feel good about Jackson Dart playing. It would really depend on some of your options. The problem that we have here is with the 3 games on Thursday and the game on Friday. Like I'm not going all the way down to Tyrod Taylor just because I know he's going to play over Jackson Dart. Like I'd much rather roll the dice. Geno Smith, Shadur Sanders. I got to play Jackson Dart.
Yeah, and hopefully Jameis Winston. People maybe if they've dropped Jameis Winston, go grab him up if you've got Jackson Dart in the absolute emergency that you need to throw Jameis in there because. No, and Colton, I don't want to do this to you, but last week we had a Trevor Lawrence or Jameis Winston question, and they both had good games. But I said, if you want to have fun, play Jameis Winston, and it was a true Jameis Winston game. Like passing touchdown, receiving touchdown, pick at the end of the game.
It sucks, man, because my pick for a quarterback to catch a touchdown was going to be Jameis Winston, and I panicked, so I can't really say that I called that.
Yeah, just an insane game from Jameis last week, and let's get him a starting job next year. We need 17 weeks of him.
I wonder what his yards after catch over expected are after that little shift move he put on at the top of the catch.
I don't know. Adam, look that up for us.
Yeah, get on that.
Questionable today, Dalton Kincaid. And both of these are actually truly questionables today. Are you expecting Kincaid to go? And it's a 425 start today for him too. Adam?
Yeah, this one is tough. I truly have it as like 50-50. He did log some limited practice sessions this week. He, I don't know. With Kincaid, he's somebody with kind of a sketchy injury history. Given the late start, I would make sure that you have a pivot option or play somebody that is not as questionable as Dalton Kincaid, just because I am leaning towards some skepticism of him playing this week.
All right. And Tyler Warren, it looks like he's got is it a stomach flu?
Yeah, some type of stomach virus, but he is going to play.
Okay, cool. All right. And, we've seen, in a different sports, people play through flus or stomach viruses.
I haven't heard of that.
Would we what'd you say?
I said I've never heard of that.
Oh, yeah.
The flu. What do they call it?
The Jordan flu game?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why I said other sports, because football and basketball are different. Yeah. All right. I don't know why I'm getting so snippy with you today. All right. Yeah,
because I missed.
We're good. We're good.
I missed one week, and then
I know we missed you last week. Jeff is out this week. So
Jeff
needs to get out on.
Jeff just dropped some revenge games for us in the chat. He's hanging out, man.
Yeah, Jeff dropped the big revenge. So peek behind the curtain, because you guys know I love to do that. We all send in our starts of the week. And Jeff's like, I'm not going to be on the show this week, but my start of the week is Michigan football. And Michigan lost, because that's Jeff's been he's been a week ahead on everything this season. So congrats to Ohio State on the big win yesterday for Jeff. Gators won yesterday. Did Purdue play? I don't.
They did. Play is questionable though.
Okay.
what
Arizona State, did they win, Colton? They did.
No, the Jeff Sims experience comes to an end. We have a bowl game, so
there we go. Yeah, the Gators probably won't have a bowl unless they actually have a toilet bowl, and then the Gators will probably play in that. But we beat Florida State, and that's all that matters for me, to be honest with you. At this point, just beat those dirty Seminoles. I saw a story real quick, and then we'll get into start sits, because that's why people are here. Make sure to like and subscribe as well to the channel. We appreciate all of you being in here. For watching us on Twitter, jump over to the YouTube, just subscribe real quick, and then go right back to Twitter. Once you subscribed, we're good. But no, there was a father and son driving from Tallahassee to go back home to South Florida over the weekend. And as they were passing Gainesville, the father said, "Oh, I messed the joke up. All right, we're just going to get into start sets." It was about, if you were smarter, we would have been home already, but I forgot the first part. Okay. We're getting to start sits. Good morning or good afternoon from 8-4 to 7-5. PPR 22% win. Wow, there's some stats there for us. They started Zay Flowers. So yeah, Zay Flowers had a rough outing this week. Need two from Troy Franklin, Debo Samuel, Alec Pierce, Darnell Mooney, and Jawan Jennings. Colton, we'll go to you. Give us two.
I like Troy Franklin a lot this week, and we will get to that. So there's the early there's some foreshadowing. I just watched all 4 episodes of Stranger Things, and the foreshadowing was incredible. So I'm trying that out a little bit. But yeah, let's go. No spoilers. I wouldn't do that to you. Troy Franklin. And then out of the next 4, I do like what I saw from Darnell Mooney with Kirk Cousins last week. And they do have the Jets this week. Falcons are 2.5-point favorites. That game may be a little tighter than maybe we expect. Out of that group, Debo, obviously, that would he's got the Broncos and Pat Surtain coming back. That's going to be tough. I think I'm going to lean Mooney, and then Alec Pierce after that, Jawan Jennings after that.
Perfect. And that was supposed to be Chile, Scotland. So we have a viewer from Scotland. So put a pin on the board. We have crossed another country off the list, guys. Scotland now. All right. All right. Salford in here. Good morning. Need one flex in full PPR between Judkins, Vidal, Godwin, and Jacoby Myers. Adam? Pick one.
I think I'm just gonna embrace the poor weather in Cleveland. That game might get messy. Might see a lot of run plays. So I think people are worried about it, but I'm gonna pick Judkins in that scenario.
All right. I would agree with you on that. Not March Madness. Good morning, gents. Great show. Thank you so much. Need one defense between the Seahawks, Texans, and Dolphins. I go Seahawks. They got the Vikings today, right?
Yep.
I don't know what Matt Bosner could be. It could be a boat, but I don't trust him as a quarterback without seeing him. So, and then a kicker. Colton, give us a kicker out of those.
Sorry, I just
Myers.
saw Dave's absurd comment in the comments. It distracted
We'll
me
get to
for a
Dave
second.
in a little bit. He's
Okay,
already on my
all
nerves
right.
this morning.
I know Diggs kind of laid the egg against Cincinnati a little bit. But I do still like what we saw from him over the previous 3 or 4 weeks, right? When he really started to come on. That Cincinnati defense, I should say, is predicated on attacking them over the middle. They leaned on Hunter Henry a ton in that game. I still like Diggs over Sutton in that spot. And then if we're looking at flex, is that the only? Sorry, I was looking at the flex question.
I was going to say start the Patriots kicker.
Okay.
Is that Borregales? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Isn't it like a star formation in the northern hemisphere? The Borregales. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Colton. Give us a flex.
Oh, sorry. So I like Diggs over Sutton, and then I don't know if that kind of ties into the other flexes there. So if that's kind of the group that you're picking from, I like Diggs there. And then I do like Kamani Vidal this week too. So let's go Diggs or Vidal out of that group of 4.
Sounds good. Mike Ingalls, good morning. What is the best stack play between Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton, or Drake May and Trayvon Henderson? Adam, pick a stack.
Man. I mean, for stack, I think it's got to be Bo Nix or Cortland Sutton. But I was just thinking about it because Drake May has been so awesome this year. Like, I would really be trying to play Drake May. But if it's truly about the stack, then I'm okay with Cortland Sutton and Bo Nix. But I honestly wouldn't even be mad about just playing Drake May and Cortland Sutton, playing the 2 best players.
All right. Brian Porter asking between AJ Barner and Dalton Schultz. I've got Dalton Schultz higher in my rankings this week. He's been a pretty good target there for CJ Stroud and the Texans. So I'll go with Dalton Schultz. Scotland. Chile Scotland's got one more for us. Hanging on to the playoff dream. Keep hanging on. And thanks for playing. Like, you see a lot of 4 and 8 teams check out. Play every week. Play spoiler. Don't just don't roll over and show your belly. Just keep playing it out. Love to see that. Chris Olave in the flex. Better or worse to play Devin Neal or Brian Thomas Jr.? So Brian Thomas Jr. not on the graphic because Joey forgot to put the name in there. But Brian Thomas Jr. is coming back this week as well. Adam, I'll go to you since you're our injury expert. Do you like Olave or would you rather play Devin Neal or Brian Thomas Jr.? And then maybe expand on Brian Thomas Jr. a little bit.
Yeah. I think just for like a floor play option, I do like Devin Neal this week. Expanding a little bit in terms of like what we're expecting Brian Thomas Jr. Dealing with a high ankle sprain. Wide receivers coming off an injury of a high ankle sprain don't seem like a drastic decline in fantasy production overall. So I think I'm not too worried about his ability to play this week. Problem is I don't have a lot of confidence in Brian Thomas Jr. even pre-injury. So the fact that he's coming off some type of injury makes me a little bit worried. Just looking at some snap share trends for wide receivers coming off the injury, there is a significant decline in snap share for wide receivers coming off high ankle sprain. So maybe some data suggests that there is a ramp up period. So I'm not even considering Brian Thomas Jr. I'd be okay with playing Devin Neal over Chris Olave this week. I think he's going to get a lot of work.
Sounds good. Scott saying hello to us. Hello to you, Scott. He's got a question for us, though. Pick 2 in PPR, Woody Marks, Kenneth Gainwell, or Jaden Higgins? Colton.
Yeah. I think this week for full PPR, I'm probably still I do like Woody Marks there out of this group. Give me both Texans. Give me Woody Marks and Jaden Higgins here. I like what we've seen from Jaden Higgins in recent weeks. And I know CJ Stroud is back. That was all with Davis Mills. We'll kind of see what that looks like. But I do like the Texans here. And then based on Adam's pessimism, or I guess modest pessimism with Dalton Kincaid, I do like Oronde Gadsden too a ton. I like what he's done with the Chargers. And we kind of have that post by like, don't forget about Oronde Gadsden. Okay. Yep. He was on a tear. So let's go with him.
Yeah, that I was going to answer the tight end part of this, and I agree with you completely, 100%, Colton. With the questionable nature of Dalton Kincaid, you've got a rock solid option in Oronde Gadsden. Yeah. This is that type of just philosophy type fantasy football question. Just go with the healthy guy that's good instead of the questionable guy. Because, Dalton Kincaid could have a better day than Oronde Gadsden, but he also could put up a goose egg. So we're going to avoid that if possible. Good morning, PPR. Judkins in the rain or Wandale Monday night against the Pats? Thanks. I think this is Judkins. I like Wandale. He's been getting a lot of work, but Judkins in the rain just sounds romantic. And I'm a romantic, so we're going to go with that. All right. Hola, amigos, and hope everyone had a blessed Thanksgiving. We were actually talking about Thanksgiving before the show. I had a squash casserole that sounds disgusting, but it was unbelievably amazing. So good. And I texted my mother to find out what was in it, and I will get back to you guys on that when I hear. But the fantasy question, Juwan Jennings, Quentin Johnston, or Alec Pierce? Colton, give us one.
Yeah, I would like Juwan Jennings in normal circumstances, but everything I've seen from that game in Cleveland today is like they're going to be playing in a blizzard, so that terrifies me a little bit. I do think in terms of who is playing the best right now, I do like what I've seen from Alec Pierce a lot. I know we have him ranked slightly lower than Quentin Johnston in our consensus. It's really close. They're separated by like 0.8 points. So I think I'm going to give the nod to it's a tough matchup, but I do like Alec Pierce here.
Perfect. And Colton, I'm going to give you some flowers real quick before I put Dave's comment up. Dave's shouting you out, said one of the best Launchpad guests he's ever had. Was you did a fantastic job. And now I've said something nice about Dave and plugged his show. I sent Dave this question this morning, just looking for a friend to kind of bounce an idea off of. And he just comes to Sunday Morning Live and just throws it in the chat. Doesn't give me an answer. So I'm going to go to Adam on this because Adam's a real friend. The dollar Diggs.
I'm going to play Stephon Diggs. It's been a roller coaster with Stephon Diggs this year, but I think if you roster him, he's somebody you just kind of embrace the volatility that he gives you. I think I like him as a flex play given that scenario. So I'm going to play Stephon Diggs this week.
Thank you, Adam, for not only answering this question, but just being a good friend.
That's what I'm here for.
Jay Rich in here. 2 questions. Full PPR. Need 2 at wide receiver, Olave, Diggs, or Michael Wilson. Colton, is the Michael Wilson experience over with Marvin Harrison Jr. coming back? Where are we at?
Man, I don't think so. I like what I've seen from Michael Wilson a lot in terms of the player and what he's shown beyond just like, he's a volume play without Marvin Harrison. When you watch him play, like this is actually a very talented player. And this Cardinals offense has shifted dramatically toward we're going to air the ball out. We're going to throw a ton. And I do think that there's enough volume for both of the. It might not be the ceiling we've seen from Michael Wilson in recent weeks, which was pretty absurd. I think he's up at like 30 catches through 2 games. But I do still think there's enough volume in the Jacoby Brissett iteration of this offense for both to be relevant. So I like Michael Wilson still in this game. He's feeling it right now. And then in terms of the other 2, if Olave is healthy enough to go, which it seems like he's going to be, his target share has been pretty absurd. He was up at, I want to say 13 targets in his last game. So I don't know how you move away from Olave right now. I like his floor a ton. And then at flex, would you play Judkins, Vidal, or the 3rd wide receiver above? I do think the game script is going to favor Judkins in that San Francisco game. if the weather holds and they are going to play in what we think they're going to play in. So give me Judkins there too.
All right. Yeah, I kind of I'm gonna regret saying this. I'm really feeling the Saints offense today. I'm gonna rue the day I said that, but
It's the matchup,
got a good
man.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then Bruce in here. Bruce, thanks for being here with us. We really appreciate you. Thankful for you. Ward or Stroud today in Superflex. Adam, we'll go to you.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a tough game with the Texans and the Colts, but I have not seen anything from Cam Ward that makes me feel really good about playing him. So, I mean, even coming off the injury, even with the tough division matchup, I'm going to play CJ Stroud.
All right. Little French boy. Hopefully they celebrate Thanksgiving in France. I don't. Do we do anything to make them mad in France where they don't celebrate it? Probably. I don't know. Papas, do we have any word about Dalton Kincaid playing today? It's questionable. 4:25 start. We're 50-50, as Adam said earlier. Hopefully a little news comes in before the 1 o'clock starts. But get a replacement option that plays later, just in case, little French boy. And thankful for you as well. Sherry Smith, good morning. Full PPR. Start Olave, Pearsall, or Mooney. Thanks as always. I think it's Olave here, guys. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. John, good morning. Non-PPR. Double points for quarterback running TDs. That's a fun little wrinkle. Dart or Darnold? I think with that setting, it's got to be Dart.
Yeah.
Also, double points for running back receiving touchdowns. Judkins, Walker, Warren, or Neal. Colton, with that fun running back setting.
Yeah, you gave me the running back, the scoring wrinkles here. I love your call on Dart over Darnold. That one rushing touchdown could shift that dramatically. Double points for running back receiving touchdowns. Devin Neal had 7 targets last week, and this Miami pass defense gives up the most expected points added per target on backfield targets. So that's one where I'm like, man, Devin Neal is looking really appealing this week. For me, because of the receiving touchdown element of this, it's Warren or Neal. Oh, man. And I think you just got to go Jalen Warren, but Devin Neal is going to be really interesting.
So, Colton, I just want to tell you that little stat you gave me there, this sandwich is now an open face sandwich. I put the meat on top. Devin Neal is now on top of Bam Knight and Woody Marks.
There you go. So that's a great call.
Good little
I
pull
think he could have a big week.
Yeah, those are the types of like razor thin things. It's like, just that one little nugget sometimes will be the thing.
Shift it a little bit.
Shift it. Yeah. All right. Coastal Elite in here. Due to injury, I have to start 2 from this cringe list. Booty, Higgins, Tez Johnson, Jordan Addison, or DK versus Aklakaka. Sorry, I read it as it says it. Adam, actually, give me 2.
I think I would play Jaden Higgins. We've talked about him a little bit. He's certainly taken a nice step forward the last couple of weeks. I honestly think I would play DK too. We didn't talk about him too much, but Alec Ayamanor, still kind of questionable heading into this week. I mean, DK has certainly stepped into that wide receiver 1 role while Ayamanor's been out, and it gives you, it's a small chance, but he's returning, punts and kickoffs for the Titans. So there's always a chance to break one lawn and get you 6 extra points. So I'd play DK as well.
Love it. All right. And then Neal or Judkins, that's going to be Judkins. We just gave some love to Neal, but Judkins in the rain. All right. You know what? This is a good opportunity. Colton, I want to talk to you about your start of the week.
Segue here. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to segue. Not as smooth as normal. Troy Franklin, talk to us about him.
Yeah, I think this could be a big week for Troy Franklin. And I think we've talked a ton about the shift that we've seen with Troy Franklin and Cortland Sutton over recent weeks. I think, though, in this particular matchup, play action is going to be a pretty significant mismatch and something that could take Troy Franklin from like, oh, hey, mid-tier wide receiver 2 to like he could potentially have a big week. Denver's thrown off play action 106 times in 11 games this season, 10th even with the bye week. They just haven't been as efficient, but the Commanders have also been one of the most vulnerable defenses against play action in the league this year, 9.2 yards per play, all of that, plus 0.2 expected points added per pass allowed. That's tied for 5th worst, 8 touchdowns allowed. That's allowed. That's more than any team not named the Jets. So anytime you're in that tier, it's not great. Franklin, 8 play action targets over Denver's last 3 games, 26 play action targets this year. That's 4th most in the league. They utilize him a ton in that part of the field. He's also averaging 9 total targets per game since week 7. Cortland Sutton, for reference, is at 6.8 targets per game over that span. 16 targets of 10 or more air yards over his last 3 games. And then this is the part that kind of like makes me wince a little bit. 406 incomplete air yards over that span as well. So that's kept him from an even bigger breakout, I think. But the targets have given him a mostly solid weekly floor. I think there's a lot to like here, especially when you consider the play action mismatch that we might see in this game between the Commanders defense and the Denver offense. The nature of his targets are pretty diverse. He also has the nice target floor here. So I like Troy Franklin a lot this week. I think he could be one of those guys that far outplays kind of where we project him to be.
Love the call out, and shout out to our graphics guy Dylan for picking the right uniform to show Troy Franklin in. They're not creamsicle Bucks, but the blue helmet, orange jersey Broncos. It's nice. I like it. Adam, I don't want to run to your start of the week. I'd like to walk there. Talk to us about Kenneth Walker.
How does he get like your segue of the year? That was incredible.
I mean, the Kenneth Walker thing, obviously, I think it's been a disappointing season for where people drafted him in terms of just fantasy points. He's definitely in a split backfield with Zach Charbonnet, but Seattle's got a great matchup this week, hosting Minnesota. Max Brosmer, I mean, I think you said Matt brought. As the kids say, no cap. I'm not even sure how to pronounce his name for the Minnesota Vikings. Like, I think Seattle's going to have the ball a lot in this game. One of the best defenses in the NFL. They get out to an early lead, controlling the tempo. Seattle ranks 3rd in terms of rushing attempts per game. Obviously, like I said, they're splitting that a little bit with Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet, but I expect Seattle to have the ball a lot. I expect them to run the ball a lot, and some trickle-down effect to there. Kenneth Walker, I think, should have a healthy fantasy football game.
Love it, love it, love it. I don't have a start of the week because I never do, but you guys are my starts of the week. I trust these guys with my life.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go. All right, we didn't answer this, and I apologize. Judkins or Franklin, Colton?
Yeah. Who would I be shocked if Troy Franklin outperformed Quinshon Judkins? I don't think I would be. But given the circumstances in this game too, I think you have to stick with Quinshon Judkins. I think this could be like a run the ball, he gets 25 carries type of game, right? And I don't think you can move away from that. So I love Troy Franklin this week, but give me Quinshon Judkins.
Beautiful.
And we talked about it a little bit on past shows, but like the Browns have a package for Quinshon Judkins and the Wildcat when they get kind of close inside the 5-yard line. Like, it's very obvious he's getting the ball and he's running in, and he's always good for a rushing touchdown. So he just provides you a safe floor.
Love it. And then Olave over Sutton. Are we good with that, guys, today?
Yeah, I like Olave.
All right, I'll answer this one. Bye, Queen. Thankful for you being in here with us every week. I am playing Bucky over Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker's looked really great the last few weeks, and even if they limit Bucky's snaps, I know what Bucky can be on limited snaps because we saw that the last 2 years when they were kind of splitting the work. So we know what he can be. I would trust Bucky today over Sean Tucker. I don't think Sean Tucker's a terrible start, though. I think he's going to get a little bit of work, but more of like a flex where Bucky I would feel very okay with an RB2. All right. Sevlon's got dogs in the picture. We'll put the question up. Morning, beautiful people. Oh, thank you so much. Trying to keep my undefeated season going. Whoa, I don't have any of those teams. I don't know what that's like. Needing to overcome Zay Flowers. So in PPR, Devin Neal or Michael Wilson. So we need some upside here, Adam. Where are we going?
If you need upside, I think I'm still going with Devin Neal. The Michael Wilson experience has been fun. I know we said, we like to see him stay involved in that Cardinal offense, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is coming back. We can't ignore that. Certainly the wide receiver one in that offense. So I'm going to play Devin Neal.
All right. The football guys retreat's coming up soon. But we have a roulette question going on right here. So a little tight end roulette. Harold Fannin or Brenton Strange, Juwan Johnson. Where are we going, Colton?
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about what the Saints offense looks like with Tyler Shuck and kind of the target distribution. I do think Chris Olave and Devin Neal are going to have a big role to play against the Dolphins today. I still think Juwan Johnson, I'm sorry, could have a nice role in that game, but Brenton Strange last week against the Cardinals, he had a really nice day too. I'm like trying to consider what the Brian Thomas Jr. element of this all might be with the Jacksonville offense and how that sort of disrupts the target share that we've seen, especially since Jacoby Myers kind of entered the fold. So I think Juwan Johnson here is probably where I'm going to end up going. So give me Juwan Johnson.
As far as the DST, I would go Jags over 49ers. Jeff Blaylock in here, one of our great writers here at Football Guys. And funny, my goodness. Thursday night, we had Friendsgiving. I know Adam stopped in. Colton said he was too good for us, so he didn't stop in.
Yeah.
But we had, Friendsgiving over on Trivia on Tuesday, and Jeff dropping all kinds of great one-liners and zingers there. Even threw a Sorry Joe in there, and that's bold. First year of the company.
Jeff's the man.
Already dropping Sorry Joes. Love to see it. Good morning, everyone. Andrea, so thankful for you being here and the Football Guys Discord all of the time. Trone Force, Bo Nix or Jackson Dart. My opponent has Wandale. Adam, what say you?
Your opponent having Wandale doesn't really sway me too much. Yeah, Denver's at Washington. I like that matchup a lot. I'm going to play Bo Nix.
All right. Rich Child saying top of the morning. And I wanted to point this out. The only time Tom Brady ever wore creamsicle is in this photo right here. The only time. Never wore it on the field. Is he a true Buccaneer? It's debatable. All right. Tyler Warren or Rondé Gadsden in standard PPR. Colton, pick one.
Yeah, I know Tyler Warren's dealing with the stomach bug here. I mean, it sounds like he's going to play through that. And he's still a pretty big part of what the Colts do offensively. So I think you have to go Tyler Warren here. Rondé Gadsden's been awesome, but it's Tyler Warren for me.
All right. I'm going to fall on this grenade here. Olave or Jalen Warren at the flex. The Bills have not been good against running backs this year. I actually really like Jalen Warren this week. That's the play on. That'll be my start of the week. Jalen Warren against the Bills. I like that a lot. All right. And please pick one running back and two flex out of Aaron Jones, Devin Neal, Quentin Johnston, Tez Johnson, Sean Tucker, and Gadsden. Colton, pick one running back.
One running back, two flex. Okay. Give me Devin Neal at running back. Let's go with him. And then from there, let's go. Okay. We still get the flex. So let's go. I do like Tez Johnson, man. I like a lot what we've seen from Tez Johnson. And I know games with the Cardinals have kind of become not necessarily shootouts, but like high yardage games. I think Tez Johnson could have a nice game. So give me Tez Johnson. And then let's go. Man, Sean Tucker has had a nice couple of weeks, but I think I'm going to lean Gadsden, especially if I don't know if you're in a tight end premium or anything like that, or PPR, whatever the scoring format might be. But I think out of the last call, it's close between Sean Tucker and Gadsden. So if you want to split that tie, go for it. But I'm going to lean Gadsden.
All right. And needing to play catch up, trying to make the playoffs, Mooney or Parker Washington in full PPR. Adam.
Oh, man. I have a bad history of picking Darnell Mooney on this show. He has let me down a lot. I know Drake London's out. Kirk Cousins definitely likes Darnell Mooney. God. I guess I'm going to pick Darnell Mooney. But if he lets me down, I'm not answering any more Darnell Mooney questions on the show ever again.
I think you're going to be safe. I think this is the time he pays it off for you, man.
Yeah.
He better, Colton, because I don't want to hear about Darnell Mooney if he lets me down this week.
All right. Guys, we got a lot of questions coming in, and we appreciate each and every one of you. If we don't get to your questions, Mike Kashuba will be today in the Football Guys Discord answering all of your start and sit questions up until kickoff. So if we miss it, we're so sorry, but Mike will get you over there in the Discord. Blank, good morning, guys. In half PPR, I need a running back and a flex. Running backs are Harvey, Vidal, Neal, and then Debo Samuel, Troy Franklin are on the waiver. What are we doing here, Colton? Need a running back and a flex.
I'm immediately picking up Troy Franklin if he's just kind of chilling on your waivers. Hopefully you have a first come, first serve setting for Sunday morning where you can just go in there and swoop him up. I do like RJ Harvey a lot without J.K. Dobbins in the mix, right? I think the Commanders' run defense has been respectable, right? They've had some nice days, but I do think RJ Harvey is sort of you're still going to get some other guys mixed in there. It is still a Sean Payton backfield, but RJ Harvey should be a top 24 play this week. And then from there, Troy Franklin is the other guy. Go with both Broncos. Find a way to pick up Troy Franklin because he could be big down the stretch. So make that happen.
All right. Andrea's got another one for us. Adam, Teterow McMillan, or that could be Terry McLaurin. We'll go with Teterow McMillan. Pittman, Jaden Higgins, or John Mechie. John Mechie, I could not be happier to see a player doing well on a team. With everything he's gone through, man, I'll tell you what, just so excited. You know, came out of Alabama, got drafted by the Texans and dealt with cancer. And then looks like he's having a nice little hopefully mid-career run for him because it's just so good to see. Adam, pick 2.
I'm definitely picking Teterow McMillan. He's been hot and he's ranked very high in our staff rankings. We got him at the 27th overall, wide receiver 13. So we're plugging him. I think I'm going to go Pittman. I know we talked a little bit about Jaden Higgins and we kind of like the upside, but Michael Pittman's been solid. You know what we're going to get. He's a top 20 wide receiver for us as well. So I'm going to pick Pittman and Teterow McMillan.
All right. Good morning. PPR last flex. Yeah, it's going to be Devin Neal out of this group of people for sure. Scampers. What's up, buddy? Very thankful, Mr. Scampers. Joey, Adam, Colton, and then saying hello to the chat. I think if there was a chat Hall of Fame for across all fantasy football shows, I think Scampers would be in it. Anytime I bounce into another person's show to say hello, Scampers has already been there for 5 or 10 minutes. Just keeping it warm for me, I guess. Sup, boys? Dave Kluge. He was in here earlier causing problems. Jeff letting us know. Start of the week, Michigan football. Yeah, good to see Ohio State winning for Jeff there. Good morning, guys. Need some help with who to start between Godwin, BTJ, McLaurin, and Dortch. Adam, pick 2 in PPR.
I'm gonna pick Chris Godwin. I'm really struggling between Brian Thomas Jr. and Terry McLaurin. I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin. I just have had a really hard time with Brian Thomas Jr. this year, and that tells you how far he's fallen, and I have some questions with the ankle, so I'm going to play Terry.
Yeah, Jeff Bell on Friday was discussing he's got some reservations about BTJ as well, so it might be good just to sit on him for a week just to see what happens. Yeah, no lane train, but the Gators beat the snot out of the Noles. So happy to see that each and every time it happens. People are loving Andrea in here this morning. Dart or Darnold, I'm guessing it's Dart. We answered that one with somebody else earlier. I would go Judkins. Ooh, so Vidal, Judkins, or Genty. Colton, pick one running back.
Yeah,
Judkins or Genty.
Yeah, man. I wonder what this offense is going to look like post Chip Kelly. Maybe they finally steer into the Ashton Genty is actually a very good player and we need to use him. And we've kind of seen that a little bit over recent weeks. We have Ashton Genty ranked as an RB1 top 12 this week. So I think you're going Ashton Genty. I love the player. I think he's just been held back by the Raiders pretty extensively. So let's go Ashton Genty there. Troy Franklin over Diggs or Egbuka. In terms of where we're at there, I still think Emeka Egbuka could have a pretty big week this week against that Cardinals defense. I think that game is going to be more of a throw the ball around, high yardage, maybe high point total type of game. As much as I like Troy Franklin, they're kind of back-to-back in our rankings. I do think I'm going to lean Emeka Egbuka ever so slightly. Would I be shocked if Troy Franklin finished ahead of him? No, though.
Yeah, I would love to see one of those early season Egbuka games today. Bring me some confidence back. All right, Frank in the chat. Gators are high on Summerall. Yeah, looks like it. Also, what do you guys think of Vidal today? We like him. Like him a lot. Joey revenge game. Oh, okay. So Jeff's not here. So, hey guys. All right. So let's do the revenge games for the day. We've got Sam Darnold going against the Minnesota Vikings. DeAndre Swift played against Philly this week. That was a return to Philadelphia. Love to see that. Geno Smith versus the Chargers. We had.
You only got through 3. You got to keep going. You got to commit.
Zacchaeus played against Philly. We do know that he did play there earlier in his career. Cedric Wilson versus the Saints today. That could be a great matchup down there in Miami. Joe Flacco versus Baltimore, which didn't actually happen, but we put it on the sheet anyway so we could fill out the chat. Trubisky is playing against Pittsburgh. He'll probably be on the bench holding the clipboard. Excited to see that. And a last one, I can't say the last name versus the Patriots, but you know what? We're just excited to be here. Happy for some good football. And this has been Jeff Bell. All right. Thank you.
I thought Jeff had the week off. Did he just hop in here?
He's going to be so mad at me. Hopefully he's still watching. And guys, we just got word. Yes, Jeff Bell will not be returning to the show. He has officially quit. Nico Collins, Mike Wilson, Vidal, Franklin. He's down 48 points in PPR. Adam, I need to come down a little bit.
I'm definitely playing Nico Collins. I was going to lean Kamani Valdal, but if you need 48 points, let's just go with Colton's start of the week and let's plug some Troy Franklin in there and swing for the fences.
Stafford or Herbert? Colton, pick one quarterback.
Man, Matthew Stafford has, and he's been on an absolute tear this year. Like that Rams, the entire NFL right now is just kind of a bloodbath. It's like who's good, who isn't sort of thing. And the Rams are just kind of above everybody right now. And that's because Matthew Stafford has been the MVP, man. Like he's been so good and this offense is operating at a different level right now. I love the approach too that Sean McVay employs when they get into the goal to go situations, and they kind of treat a goal line fade or a quick slant to Devontae Adams the same way any other team treats like a 1 yard halfback dive. So give me Matthew Stafford here. I like the passing touchdown upside. We also have Stafford ranked 1 slot higher than Herbert this week. So I don't think you can go wrong either way, but I give Matthew Stafford a slight edge.
All right. The Giants and NFL Twitter both state Mike Kafka confirms Jackson Dart will start Monday Night Football versus the Patriots. All right, so there we go. All right, good morning, gents, from Irish. Top 2 in PPR with upside: Egbuka, Franklin, Sutton, Shakir, Pierce. So it's going to be the 2 off the top: Egbuka and Franklin. Also in PPR, Jalen Warren or RJ Harvey. I gave a little love to Warren earlier. Adam, I want you to answer the question though. I'm going to
continue to give love to Jalen Warren in this scenario. I know RJ Harvey is a sexy name. Everyone's been excited. I just haven't seen anything that makes me feel really good about playing him consistently. He scored some touchdowns, but for most people that they probably had him on their bench just because he doesn't have a consistent workload. So I'm good with playing Jalen Warren in a good matchup here.
Yeah, I do agree with you on one thing. RJ Harvey is kind of a sexy name. Like Rob Anderson's not very sexy, but RJ Harvey, it's kind of like a gray cardigan sweater, It's real sexy. All right. Bucky over Dowdle since Rico faces the Rams. That's a good point. Tough matchup for Rico Dowdle today. You guys like that, Bucky over Dowdle?
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I think you're on the right track there. Like there's nothing wrong with going Bucky. And I did see that they might employ a bit of a hot hand approach too. The Bucks they kind of need a win right now. You know what I'm saying? Like if Bucky Irving comes out and he looks good running the ball, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So,
Dave, I don't agree with you, and I agree with you on a lot of things. I think Stranger Things is a very good show. I have enjoyed every season. As a kid that loved Spielberg and Stephen King in the 80s, like grew up in the 80s and the 90s, I think it's a very good show. I've watched 3 of the 4 new episodes, and I've enjoyed myself thoroughly.
No
Joey,
spoilers.
season,
No spoilers.
The 4th, I'm not gonna spoil. The 4th episode is gonna be like jaw on the floor. It's incredible. So
Yeah, I'm looking.
the end of episode 3 too, man. That reveal at the end of episode,
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm done. You got to watch it, man.
Got it. Yep.
Dave, it's just the wrong take. So
it's okay. You know, art is subjective, and sometimes people are subjectively stupid. So, you know, it happens. Oh no, I don't. Dave's got good taste. I'm not really crapping on him. You know, we like things, we don't like things. It's okay.
Yeah.
I initially had a 67% chance to win, but Barkley and Devonta and Goddard only got me 20 points. Yeah, it was rough. Now I've got a 45% chance to win. We hopefully get you that win today. Kluge tucking out Yum out of here. Okay. I'm guessing there's something bad in there, and he just
no, it's yucking. Yeah. I think he's saying yucking the yum.
Oh, okay.
Never heard of that? Don't yuck my yum.
No. I know I can kind of decipher what it means. I just immediately went to the F word, which is bad. Sorry, Joe. Dave's feeling feisty today. Well, yeah. What are you gonna do? Darn spell check.
Oh yeah.
Season 1 was amazing. They've lost the plot. They say, you know, the Russo brothers say that they have known what the last shot of Stranger Things is going to be from the very beginning, which I think will be them playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it's all in their head.
I think that's you had me with the first part, but then the all in the head thing, you lost me. I like the Dungeons and Dragons element though, but there you go.
All right. That's their campaign. I think that's what all Stranger Things is. I never played Dungeons and Dragons. Over under in the Browns game is 30. Judkins or Neal? It's going to be Judkins for us. And then, that news came in. The Tulane head coach is going to Florida, John Summerall.
So, isn't that just
is it
Billy
official?
Napier? Yeah, I think it is official. Isn't that just another Billy Napier 2.0 kind of hire? How do you feel about that?
You basically just said it. I do feel a little more optimistic, though. Jeff, I enjoy Stranger Things all season. Season 5 was good. I watched it all in one night. Yeah. So Jeff apparently hasn't left the show yet. From abundance of low-end RB1s and 2s, Bucky, Kyron, Marks, and Dowdle. Don't be calling Kyron Williams the RB2. Okay, you said RB1 in there, so that's fine. Yeah, we're going to let you slide. Smitty, you look exactly like my best friend, and it's really throwing me off. Who's my RB? 2 running backs and a flex. And he's also got Brian Thomas Jr. And PPR. Colton, give us 2. Actually, 3.
Yes, from an abundance of low. Okay, so who are my 2 running backs and a flex? So we need 3. I do think this week the Rams matchup does really scare me for Rico Dowdle, but is that enough to sit Rico Dowdle for any of these guys? I don't think so. I do like a lot what Rico Dowdle brings in terms of like the home run upside. He's a very impactful running back. So give me the top 3 here. I do think those are your best bets. Woody Marks has had moments, but the top 3 are your best bets this week.
Beautiful. All right, guys, we've got 7 minutes left on the show. Let's rapid fire through as many of these as we can get through. I'll try to be quick on them. One wide receiver between Sutton, Pittman, Wilson. Adam, go.
Pittman.
And go Vidal over Aaron Jones. And Buenos Dias to you as well. Ricky Pearsall or John Mechie. I think you're still playing Pearsall. Marks, Gadsden, or Aaron Jones. Golden.
Give me Marks.
McLaurin or Hollins. Adam.
I'm still going Terry.
All right. Yeah. Go Bills today. Go Cam Little. Oh, no. The Patriots kicker. March. Thanks for being in here. Carlos, good morning. I don't know the score. You'll never walk alone. PPR need upside. Aaron Jones or Troy Franklin. Go Troy Franklin. Flex, pick 2. Franklin, Sutton, Neal. Adam, pick 2.
Franklin and Neal. Those have been the guys of the show, right?
Mm-hmm. My niece made a butternut squash mac and cheese. Shockingly good. It might be exactly what you just said. That might be what my mom made. She has not got back to me. She is a good mother, though, even though she doesn't text her son back immediately. I'd start Judkins in the rain. The song's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't.
Is it the Pina Colada?
Oh, no. I'd start Judkins
Oh.
in the rain. Watch it. Oh, yeah, okay. Now we got it. Adele. I'm benching Pierce behind Jefferson, Wilson, and Franklin this week. Wilson versus Pierce, Colton. Where would you go there?
I assume this is Michael Wilson, right?
Versus Alec Pierce. That's what I'm reading it as.
Pierce behind Michael Wilson. Yeah, I like that. I think those are your three best bets. And then bench Pierce.
All right. Oh, Manungai. You also have Manungai on the bench with A-Chain and Genty waiting to play. That one hurts. You still made the right decision. Like, even if you're wrong in the points, if you would have started Manungai over Genty and Genty scores 30 points today, you're going to feel like a complete idiot. We don't want you feeling like a complete idiot. PPR league where I'm going full ham with Denver this week, playing Knicks, Franklin, Harvey, and Denver defense. Would you pull Harvey for Marks or Judkins? Definitely pull him for Judkins. Would not swap Franklin with Debo or Jaden Higgins. Golfman, Florida. Cold day today. Golfman in Florida today. Crazy college day. Go to Auburn. Lane to LSU. Oh, go Lesh to Auburn. Lane to LSU. Sunbelt Summerall. Yep.
Still too poor to fire Norvell.
That's why Joey pulled that up. That's the only reason Joey pulled that comment up. He read the end. He was acting like he didn't read it, but he knew.
I know.
Rapid fire. Rapid fire, guys. Just need a floor play. Streaming tight ends between Taysom. So Schultz, Taysom, Taylor, Strange. Where are you going, Colton? Or Gunnar Helm too is an option.
Leaning Taysom, but have Schultz. Probably Schultz out of those guys.
All right. Buka or Olave, Adam?
Buka.
Stafford or Drake May? Oof.
May.
I would
go
Drake May.
Yeah. It's got to be.
It's May. It's crazy because Stafford I have his QB8, and I have 2 top 10 wide receivers ranked this week, and you would think, oh, that would make Stafford ahead of May, but no, it's just May. He's just doing it everywhere. Waller or Julianne?
Is that Julianne Moore?
Julian Hill, I think, is the backup tight end for the Dolphins. He has not been good. So, like, if you need rest of the season, I would go Darren Waller.
Oh, it's rest of the season. What a pull, Adam. Well done. That's why you're on the show, and I'm hosting. All right. What up? Pick 1 wide receiver and 2 flex. Waddle, McConkey, Dowdle, Kenneth Walker, and Devin Neal. Colton, pick 1 wide receiver and then 2 flex.
Okay, give me Jalen Waddle, and then 2 flex. Give me, let's go. I'm rolling with Adam here. His start of the week. Give me Kenneth Walker, and let's go. Oh man, come on! I'm trying to go fast. Rico Dowdle.
Okay. Yeah, Dowdle is man. I'm question marks with Dowdle today.
I know it's tough. It's tough, man. That matchup's brutal.
I still have him ahead of Neal though, so I agree with you. Great show. Fanning over Juwan Johnson, Adam?
No.
Oh, yeah. I'm dropping Booty for any of those 3. Who do you prefer, Colton?
Probably Pearsall. I think this target hierarchy gets figured out eventually.
Bucky, Diggs, or Neal for a flex, Adam?
Bucky Irving.
Abro wants to know Stevenson or Cooper Kupp, Colton?
Stevenson.
I would start Devin Neal over Cortland Sutton. Am I crazy? No,
you're not crazy.
Just keeping it warm, Joey. Oh, okay. All right. Judkins, Woody Marks, Tyrone Tracy need 2. God, I hate the matchup for Tracy, but he's been solid 15 fantasy points in back-to-back games. And those have been tough matchups he's done that with. With Jackson Dart's coming, you have someone to play on Monday night, go Tracy and Judkins. A rare bad Kluge take. It happens. It happens to the best.
Oh, no, it didn't.
What'd you say?
Sorry, I was looking through the questions. I thought we made it, but I don't.
No. Going to start referring to Joey Wright as bestie moving forward. Hey, that's fine. I'll be your best friend. We answered that one. You'll never walk alone. Hopefully Liverpool's winning. Warren, Judkins, Digg, and Wan'Dale Robinson. Pick 1 running back and a flex. Colton.
Warren.
I would go Schultz over Strange, which might be a hot take, but that's how I feel. Vidal definitely over Marks, and the Herrera Bolagalis over McLaughlin. Sorry, we did make it. Look at us go. Last
Got through
question.
all of them.
Rest of season. Oh, Jawan Johnson or Darren Waller?
Jawan Johnson's more safe. Yeah.
Guys, right on the
Look at
dot,
that.
too. Well done.
That's impressive.
That rush at the end did it for us. Thank
you
you
were,
so much.
Dude, you were flying.
Man, after that Jeff Bell impression, I was inspired, I guess. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us every Sunday. We will be here with you up until championship week, helping you with your starts and sits and your injury analysis as well. Adam, just real quick, any update on Dalton Kincaid?
I have not seen anything on Dalton Kincaid. I've been looking. If people are in a bind, I would bench him and pivot elsewhere. I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, shout out to football guys keeping the lights on. Let's get in those playoffs. Adam, any final words for the people today?
No, good luck to everybody. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Football Guys on YouTube, Twitter, wherever you can find our content. I will drop the injury roundup Monday around noon.
All right. And Mike Kashuba will be in the Football Guys Discord answering all of your starts and sit questions in the Sunday morning AMA channel. So hop in the Football Guys Discord and get your questions answered there. If we didn't get to them, but we got to all of them on screen. So Colton, you're going to be Jeff this week. You're going to send us off. We're going to throw it to you. Let the people know.
Oh man, dude, how are you going to, you already did the impression. You should have to do this.
I'll do the last part. I'll do the last part.
Okay. I can't possibly fill these shoes. Go in your weeks and read Fantasy Dreams and Nightmares every Tuesday morning. There's my last word.
Yeah, shout those guys out. And guys, as always, clear eyes, warm heart, and we'll see you next week.